Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because we're going to be doing the beauty consumer tag, which I believe was started by 90s Love Child, so I will have her original video linked down below, but I've seen quite a few of my favorite YouTubers do this and I think it's an interesting tag. I love it when tags take a topic that's kind of hush hush and it's just like, okay, so what's the tea? It's just very blunt, so I thought it'd be fun to do. We could talk about beauty consumerism, how much I spent on makeup, that's the first question, good lord, and just a lot of different things along the lines of buying makeup and FOMO, and let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Alright, so like I said, the very first question is how much money do you spend on makeup a month and a year? And it definitely varies. I feel like last year I did really good because I was on a low buy and I did not do a specific budget, but I did have a cap because of I was trying 2 palettes a month and 1 new brand. And I remember whenever I did my calculations at the end of last year, which was like a month ago, that it was about $1,200 for the entire year, give or take a little bit. I only remember it because I had noted that it was very close to how much I had made from different affiliate payments last year. They were kind of balancing each other out. So this is the part where I say like I don't feel like this is very relatable because I know whatever I spend in makeup is a tax deductible. I can make money back through affiliate links. I can make money back through video views. So I feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's relatable, the amount of money that I spent on makeup. But like I said, last year wasn't that bad. It was, you know, a little over $1,000 for the entire year. This year, I'm trying to keep each month under $250. That's my goal. But I did spend like $300 on Cliona Cosmetics last month. So it's touch and go. I'm actually trying to do a low or almost no buy for the month of February just to kind of balance it out. So like I said, it goes back and forth, but that's a rough estimate. All right, so question number 2 is, do you ever feel guilty about how much you spend on makeup? Not really, because normally it's kind of like an investment and I don't spend money on like credit cards. I'm not taking money out of my savings. Like, I'm still being responsible. I think I felt guilty in the past because I made bad decisions, but now I'm in a better place. So currently I do not feel guilty. All right, so actually, wait, let me stop. The one time I did feel really guilty is whenever I did my, I can't remember, makeup inventory, that's the word for it, when you count everything that you own. That was a little rough. Okay, so question number 3 is, do you get FOMO or fear of missing out related to makeup releases? And I would say sometimes, but not that often, just because I've realized like there's a lot of beautiful things, but I'm getting pickier and pickier, and I don't know if there's something and I'm not picking it up for one reason or another. It's not like that big of a deal. I kind of think about it for a little bit and move on. It's not like something where I'm spending my whole day and I'm like, how can I live my life without this new palette from Natasha Nona? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I can live my life without it. So question number 4 is, do you purchase or keep items simply because they are limited edition? No. I'm less likely to purchase it if it's limited edition, and keeping it's not that big of a deal to me. It's like if I'm not using it, like I'll pass it along. It's not a big deal. All right, so question number 5 is, would you be willing to pay more money for a sold out product online? Absolutely not. Never, ever. I'm not about it. So question number 6 is, do you wish you could spend more or less? I guess realistically less. Like, doesn't everyone want to spend less and save more? But I actually made a tweet and I thought it was kind of funny because there's this financial advice going around that says, "Hay comida en la casa." But I said, for me, hay maquillaje en la casa. So I guess less. But again, like I said, I'm not like feeling bad about it. All right, so question number 7 is, do you feel compelled to buy something when you see it in someone else's collection? Sometimes, but I would say pretty rarely. I don't really feel super compelled to buy things that other people talk about. I feel like I used to do that more when I didn't know as much about makeup. Someone would recommend something for one reason or another, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. That's something I need. But now I feel like I'm at this point where I know exactly what I want, and normally it's not often that I see a product or I hear about a product that takes me by surprise and all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, I do want that kind of thing. Like sometimes, like for example, this morning I was watching Makeup with Mariella and she did her favorites for the month of January and she talked about the Natasha Nona Cranberry palette, and I saw it and I was like, oh man, that's so pretty, because I've wanted it since it came out but I never purchased it. And I thought about it for like a minute, but then it's like, I'm not gonna go to Sephora, I'm not gonna purchase it, I don't need it. The reasons why I didn't buy it in the first place are still true now. So I think I've got it pretty under control. So question number 8 is, do you buy more during the holidays? I would say probably less, actually, just because as far as buying stuff for myself, because I'm so preoccupied with buying the perfect gift for other people that, I mean, I've had my Grinch moments where it's like, who would like that? Me. But I think it's definitely way less during the holidays. And also, I used to love holiday sets. I thought that they were so exciting and interesting, and now it just feels like holiday collections don't really appeal to me very much, especially not from mainstream brands. Question number 9 is, have you ever hidden a makeup purchase from family or friends? I probably have at some point, but it's not really a thing, especially with my family now. Like, it's more of a going joke about when I get packages, because I get some PR sent to my house and the things that I buy, and it's like, oh, it's a miracle you didn't get mail today. So it's more of a joke now. But I mean, when you're single, my bank account's in my name, like I don't have anything to hide from anybody, which is great. It's awesome. I love independence. So question number 10 is, do you have more than 10 products in your collection that you have not used in over a month? Absolutely. Without a doubt. Probably a lot more than 10. Question number 11 is, have you ever been pressured to purchase something that you could not afford or did not need? I don't know if I would say I would feel pressured. I feel like, unfortunately, there's a lot of like blame, especially in the beauty community, where it's like, oh, I bought this because of this person, I bought this because they told me it was so great. But it's like, you're the one who's online shopping, you're the one who knows what your bills are and what your income is. Like, that's for you to make that decision. So I don't feel like anyone has pressured me to purchase anything. There's definitely been moments where I felt intense FOMO, like whenever people first started talking about Natasha Nona, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that is too much, I could never. And I just watched everyone rave about them from a distance. And so, but now I have a bunch of things from Natasha Nona and I love her quality, but I don't feel like I was pressured to buy it. It was just like, I heard good things and slowly my intrigue built up and I had FOMO, but I didn't buy it until I was actually able to buy it, kind of thing. But I do understand where this question's coming from, and I try really hard to not be someone who like pushes things and it's like, you might like this if whatever, but like I try not to use like the you need this lingo or anything like that. I can't speak to my oldest videos because I feel like I've obviously matured over my time on YouTube, so maybe at some point I was like, you need this, but anytime in like the last 2 years, like no, like I'm not about that kind of reviewing. So anyways, I feel like that was kind of a tangent and maybe not exactly as much information as you needed, but question number 12 is, do you purchase makeup for collector reasons? Honestly, no. I purchase things because I think they're pretty and I want to use them. Question number 13 is, in your makeup journey, have you become less or more consumeristic? And honestly, it's kind of interesting to think about. This is actually something I think about a lot, is just like the way like my makeup consumerism has changed over time, because like I remember whenever I first got into makeup, like there were so many things I wanted, but like not very much I could purchase. And then there was a time period where it's like I wanted to buy everything and I wanted everything. And that was probably when it was the worst. And then now I'm kind of at this point where I still do buy a decent amount of makeup, but I feel like it's definitely a lot less because I'm really in tune with what I like. And like if I see a palette and the shimmers are super lackluster, I'm not going to buy it. Or if it doesn't have a good depth, like it doesn't have light, medium, and deep shades, then I'm probably not going to buy it. If I see a matte foundation, I'm not going to buy it. If I see a pore filling primer, I'm not going to buy it. Like there's so many things I know now that I don't like, and I feel like it takes kind of your makeup journey to realize what all your preferences are and what you gravitate towards. I feel like I kind of go back and forth because sometimes I like gravitate towards like the most colorful palettes of life, and then like recently like I've fallen in love with this color scheme for the Latte 2 palette from Dominique Cosmetics, and maybe 6 months ago I wouldn't have liked that so much. So I feel like color products can kind of change more, but just as far as like the fundamentals of my makeup, it's gotten less. And I feel like now like there's still things I want to shop for, and I'll look at it, I'm like, oh, it's pretty, but like it's really hard to talk me into buying a new foundation, into buying new blushes. I feel like I'm so content with bronzers. I haven't bought an eyebrow product in like a year and a half because I'm good. So, but then again, at the same time, I'm buying less, but I'm getting sent a lot more PR. So am I really consuming less? I don't know. All right, so those were all the questions for the tag. Like I said, very interesting to me, even though it was a little bit nerve-wracking to be a little bit more vulnerable, just because I have a very much like, it's my money, I do what I want kind of mindset. And sometimes when you talk about money, people feel like they're allowed to give their opinion, which you are, but just not in any way that tells me what to do, because I just, it's my business, but I'm sharing it with you guys because I'm being honest and open, and now I'm overthinking everything. So yeah, I would love to know your answers for this question. How much you spend on money, or spend on makeup a month. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those questions that the nosy part of me really likes knowing the answer to. So I've been enjoying watching all the videos on this tag, and I think it was a brilliant idea. Like I said, I'll have the OG creator down below for you guys to check her out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.